Hi, this is Josh Touchton from Natal Drums. It's Winter NAMM Show 2015. Again, very excited about the past year, excited about everything that's coming up this year. We've primarily been known as a high-end drum company, and this year we're excited to add a midline. We're still not going into the low end. We want to maintain a little bit of our high-end feel, and the Arcadia is our kind of entry into the midline, so that we can have a little something for the jobbers, the guys that are moving up from their cheap kits into the higher end. And a couple of things that we did: we've got a birch and basswood shell. In the States, we're going to offer just two finishes. We're going to offer the cherry red, and we're also going to offer the transparent black. One of the things I'm really excited about that we were able to pull off is we're able to use our high-end tom mounts, which have the aluminum balls, or aluminium balls, if I've offended anybody by saying it the proper way. But we really wanted to have a four-piece kit. This configuration is doing extremely well, no matter what the cost right now. People like to have a kit that they can throw in the car and take off and play it and throw it back in the car and get home. And whether it's our walnut, which is also in the same sizes, or whether it's the Arcadia with a 16-inch deep bass drum instead of an 18, people like this configuration. It's comfortable, and quite honestly, one of the things I've heard from a lot of our shops and a lot of our cartage houses is when they sell a five-piece or when they rent out a five-piece drum set, usually it's the four-piece that gets played. So we're excited to have this on. You're going to have a full line of hardware that goes with it. So this is a kit that's going to have a street price of about $675 in the States. But we're also going to have a five-piece, which we've got perched up on top of the sound room, that's going to be $699 with hardware in the States. Same colors. That's the five-piece configuration, 10, 12, 16 with an 18 by 22, and that's got a 5.5 by 14 bass drum. We're still doing the ash. The ash is really doing very well for us in the States, with quite a few configurations that we're going to thin out and really start focusing on a select few. But right now we still have quite a bit in stock that we're able to supply all of our dealers and our end users. Another thing that we really want to work on this year, and we're excited that we've been able to do, is having short runs of product. We don't want to have an overload of any one thing for our customers. We want there to be a little bit of variety out there in the field, in the stores, and in the end users' hands. So one of the things you'll see from us this year is a few different finishes, but only a few drum sets. In the entire world, we had 15 Midnight Sparkle fade kits made in maple, and we got 5 of them in the States. The great thing is we only have 2 left after the NAMM show, which is great. Everything's going away. What we did this year also on our maple kits and on our walnut kits is we've taken the snare away. At that price point, a lot of people want to use their own favorite snare drum. So the swap out was we added US heads as batter heads, and we added our tom mounts with the aluminum ball. And it's actually a little bit cheaper for us to do the snare drum. So we're paying a little bit more for this, but we're not really adding that in for the customer's price. So we're eating the cost a little bit for something we think is a pretty solid feature. Still doing very well with Stave snare drums. The walnut and the maple are selling through extremely well. We've got a limited amount left, but we do have a few left in walnut in a 6.5 and 5.5, and maple in 5.5 and 6.5. And I guess the last thing that we could focus on is going to be the walnut. So the walnut's something that I've wanted to focus on for Natal in the States for quite a while. Our first round sold through in 6 weeks. We ordered 30 more that just came in at the beginning of December, and we sold through a few of those. We sold through a third of those actually in only a couple of weeks. NAMM show, we sold quite a few more. So it's another limited run. Like the maple, we want to be able to offer something that's a little bit different and offer just a few so that there's not a lot of them in the field. 14 by 24 inch bass drum, 9 by 13 rack tom, 16 by 16 floor tom, US heads and tom mounts. One of the small things that we paid attention to, because we're known for paying attention to the small details and making it special, is you'll see that this is mounted on a snare stand, but what we do is with the 13-inch toms, since we know people are going to either go with a snare stand or go with the tom mount, as we've done both, 2 extra lugs, so you can swap those out and mount them on a snare stand, and it doesn't look like an afterthought. Or you can have the tom mount that does come with it. So you can choose either way to go. So that's really it. We're excited about what's going on in 2015. Looking forward to a great year. Looking forward to the future. A lot of new things happening that I'm proud to say we can't quite talk about yet, that are on the way here. But we appreciate everybody's support and making 2014 fantastic year for us. So thanks a bunch.